Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week, or no, this is for May 2024. We're just going to jump right in here. You have this beginnings card. It says something new is emerging or a new source of income. You have this investment card. It says whatever you invest in today will flourish in the future. Love it. There definitely could be some big improvements here in your finances, which I think you've been, working towards or you've at least been hoping for a long time. So I do see like financial improvements coming in for you, whatever it is that you're doing for work, especially if you're having a new beginning, like getting a new job, or even if you're not getting a new job, like you could just be doing something new at work, or you could just be, working on new opportunities. And I feel that for some of you. So you start with the Judgment card, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Swords. I do feel like you're going through some sort of healing, or you are recovering from something. You have the Short Illness card and the Sad News card, and then you have the Star. So, I'm happy to see that the Star is showing up here. It would really represent healing from something or going through a healing. But it does look to me like you are kind of going through a healing, especially with that, the Judgment card as well. The Judgment card is kind of like waking up to something, but also represents needing to leave something behind. And so if you've experienced some sort of, challenge or some sort of issue, that could be something that you are kind of trying to leave behind here, or you're hoping to eliminate. So I do see that here. But we also, again, we do see a very positive new beginning coming in for you with the Judgment card, and also that Beginnings card. Something new is emerging or a new source of income. It says embrace the power of newness and make room for new possibilities. So there's clearly, it is a good time for you to make room for new possibilities. Judgment, these people are standing in these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. And stepping into that new life is definitely what you want to do with this card. It leads to a lot of success. Same thing here. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is my card that says, what are you waiting for? So if there's something you want, or if there's something you want to do, now is the time for you to take a leap of faith with the Three of Wands. He's looking at those boats that are in the water there, and he's thinking oh, do I take advantage of this opportunity? Do I get on those boats, or do I wait? But eventually, he's not going to be able to get on the boats. They're going to be too far gone. So I kind of feel for some of you, there's an opportunity that you're really not going to want to miss here. And so if you're getting any new opportunities, I would take them. And not only that, if you see something that is an opportunity, try to get it. I think to work with the tarot energy, we need to remember that tarot is only telling us hey, these opportunities exist, but you might have to put the work in to make them happen. So, again, if you see something that could be an opportunity, go try to get it, right? Whether it's a person, a place, or a thing, doesn't matter. It says put the work in and expand. Three of Wands wants us to expand with the universe. Now you have the Four of Swords here, definitely recovering from something here. Again, I'm not a doctor, and legally I can't talk about, people always ask why tarot readers don't talk about health, but really there's a law in the US that tarot readers cannot talk about health. So I'm not going to risk that. I'll tell you that much right now. But, what I can say is that, again, I'm not a doctor. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I'm just some dude on the internet, but it looks to me like you could be healing from something with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords can also represent blessings coming in for you. So I feel that a lot of you could be receiving some sort of blessing, especially, again, there's a person that's blessing another person right here in the stained glass window. But normally I only say that if you have the Four of Swords with the Nine of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups at the end, or the Star card, which can also represent blessings. So you kind of have three cards that when put together all kind of represent receiving a blessing. And so let's see. With the Judgment card, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence, or being very independent. Nine of Pentacles is also she has 6 pentacles over here, 3 pentacles over here. She's willing to give 6 pentacles worth of her energy to any situation in her life, but she always keeps enough for herself. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about you making sure to balance your energy in what you give to and what you get back from situations. Make sure that it's balanced, right? With the Three of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands says that you're very attractive at this time. If you're looking for love, doesn't matter what gender you are, I would put yourself out there with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands really represents attracting something into your life. Queen of Wands is also a card of putting yourself out there and being bold, being assertive, but not just love. We're talking about, anything you want to accomplish. Queen of Wands says you really have to go for it. You really have to make something happen. She's the card of like learning as you go. With the Four of Swords, you have the Four of Wands and the Three of Swords, which is very confusing. Again, some of you could be healing from like a heartbreak or sadness. Maybe it was a person you thought you were going to marry that didn't work out, and you could be healing from that. But the weird thing is, like, for the most part, I feel like this reading, if anything, it's saying there's something new that's being presented to you in love. So if anything, I would say there's like new love coming in for you. I also kind of feel like this reading is not talking about love at all. So, to me, love is always available to us, right? But I really feel that this reading is talking about action. You have this Aries card, it says act on it. You have the Queen of Wands, Three of Wands, Knight of Wands. I mean, these are all cards of, action in this new beginning card. Down and dirty tarot, plain and simple, I think this reading is saying there's something coming in for you that's going to be really good for you that you have to take action on, right? You have the short illness card. It says short rest. So it could just be you resting, especially with that Four of Swords and the Star card. They both kind of represent resting, relaxing, recovering. It says blockages, temporary problems, weakness. You have the sad news. It says bad news, inconvenient truth, delusional, disappointment, emotional. Again, I think you're healing from something like this. Maybe you feel this way after a breakup. Like if you've had a breakup recently, maybe you feel like you were delusional, or maybe you feel like you just didn't see everything clearly, or whatever the case may be. And again, I feel like you're healing from that. It's actually not bad at all, right? Those cards suck, but the rest of the reading isn't bad. You have the Five of Swords, the Star, and the Three of Cups. The Star would say you're healing from it. The Five of Swords could say that you are kind of like separating away from something. Personally, I don't mind fives in the tarot. The Five of Swords, this guy right here is the winner. So even though he's walking away from something, he is winning. He's walking away victorious. You have the Five of Wands here as well, which can represent conflict and competition. But it basically says that you have learned a lot from a conflict that you have gone through. So really, you still get something for whatever you had to go through here. And then, weirdly enough, we go down to the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, but the Nine of Wands says don't give up. So maybe you do have, if you do want love, let's say, maybe you have been healing or walking away from something, or maybe you've experienced some challenges in love. But I kind of feel like this is saying that, number one, there could be a much better connection coming in for you. But number two, the Wounded Warrior card, the Nine of Wands, says basically don't give up. And that card is coming up in the area of the good stuff. So there could be a really solid connection coming in for you after like a difficult period of time. And I do feel that with the Nine of Wands. The Star is a card of like wish fulfillment. So I do feel like there could be like a wish or wish fulfillment coming in for you with the Star card. I also feel there could be like happiness coming in for you with the Star card. So, again, if you are hoping for some happiness, or if you're hoping for something to, bring more happiness into your life, then there's some sort of blessing. I don't know. I feel confused about this message, so I'm trying to just clarify it in my head. But it's like saying something about like if you're hoping for something that can bring happiness in your life, I feel like there is something that is going to be blessing you with happiness. Such a weird message, and I'm trying to like clarify it. Like part of me wonders if you were like super disappointed recently, or could even be like over the past couple of years. Like I get this feeling. Let me put it this way, right? I get this feeling of you being super disappointed that something didn't work out, whether it's love or otherwise, doesn't matter. And sometimes I think we get to a certain age, or we get to a certain time in our life, and we're like, oh my God, I'm never going to be happy, or I'm never going to experience, the goodness, the richness of whatever it is that you feel like you lost. And so I get that feeling on the Star card, which is pretty weird. That's not what it represents, but I read intuitively. That's what I get here. So it's almost like you have been saying that, or maybe you've thought it, right? Maybe you have thought like, oh my God, I'm never going to experience this wonderful thing that I want to experience. But I feel like the Star is saying that's not true. I feel like it's almost like you're about to experience something that you feel like you lost, or whatever. I don't know. It looks good to me here, Leo. You have the Three of Cups, which is like a celebration. So I kind of feel that maybe you feel like you are going to miss out on something, or maybe you feel like you could potentially miss out on something, but it's like you're actually being blessed with something that you are not going to miss out on, right? So that's what I get here. With the Five of Swords, you have the Eight of Cups. Definitely walking away from something that no longer serves you. I feel like you're moving forward here. With the Star, you have the Queen of Swords. I do feel like you're seeing how something was a blessing. Queen of Swords, she sees things clearly for the first time. She only has clouds like halfway up her body, and she's looking over at the Five of Wands. So I feel for a lot of you that it's kind of like saying that you finally see things clearly. Like maybe you finally see like why you had to go through something or why you had to deal with something. Or maybe you finally see like why something worked out the way that it did. And so I wouldn't really call this a blessing in disguise, but it's almost like you're getting answers as to like why something didn't work out. With the Three of Cups, you have the Six of Cups. There could be a new connection coming in for you. There could be something coming in for you. And again, if this is love, I feel that maybe you thought that you lost this, like that you would never experience, having children, for example, or maybe you thought you would never experience just having a positive connection, or maybe you never thought you would find like the type of person you're hoping for. And it's almost like that's what's blessing you here. I don't know. That looks pretty good to me. This new beginning could be something that you thought you lost, and I kind of get that feeling here. It doesn't have to be love. This could be maybe you feel like you missed out on your opportunity to invest in a business or, anything else. You have this Aries card. It says act on it. You have this retrograde card. It says review. We have 3 days left. I am counting down the days till this retrograde is over. I'm shooting this video on the 22nd. So you might be watching it on the 23rd or after. It's over on the 25th. And again, I think it's been an amazing time to review. This has probably been one of the harder retrogrades that we've had in a very long time. So, again, it's been a little bit of a challenge, but, I think you're coming out, kind of on top. You're coming out the other side and finding success. So I do see, a lot of blessings and success coming in for you here. You have the Page of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Page of Wands says go on the adventure. So if you are like building anything new, or if you're thinking about building something new, this could be a lot of success and growth coming in for you with the Page of Wands. I also get something about you kind of, like I said, going on some sort of adventure. I almost feel like there's an adventure that you don't know you're about to go on as well. I'm not trying to be like super mysterious here or something, but what's popping into my head is like maybe you have a job right now and maybe you don't really see yourself leaving that job, but maybe you are going to leave that job, right? And I'm not saying like today, but maybe over the next few months, I kind of like see a new opportunity presenting itself. You have this new beginnings card. You have like this judgment card, which is you really waking up to your purpose. So it's like you're waking up to something bigger, Three of Wands, expansion, right? Just putting it all together. It looks to me like you could be kind of like opening up to, new opportunities or a new world. And I think it's going to make you very successful. I'm not saying you have to quit your job either. I'm just giving you an example. This, could be anything that's coming in for you, but I would stay open to those like random, opportunities. I think that's where you're going to find a lot of success. You have the Five of Wands. There's no doubt about it. Like, I feel like your feelings are conflicted is more what this is saying. Like your emotions are conflicted. You end with this supermoon card that says emotions are running high. So I would watch your emotions, even though that's coming up in the area of the good stuff. I would still say, like, make sure that your emotions are in check. Make sure you're not like, panicking or anything like that. And, also make sure that, if your emotions swing one way or the other, it might just be the energy. It might not be, anything to worry about. But I kind of feel that this is saying that you have learned a lot through conflict, and now you could be using that energy. You have the Knight of Wands, again, another card of adventure. I'm a big fan of people going on adventures right now, so anything you can do to enjoy yourself more, have more fun in life, I would do all those things with this energy for sure. With the Page of Wands, you have the Devil here. You could be attracting a Capricorn. I actually don't feel bad about this. I feel pretty good about this. You could be attracting a person with a lot of Capricorn in their chart. The other thing that I will tell you is that these people, this camera is also broken, by the way, and so I broke camera 2, this camera over here, right? It's completely dead on the floor over here. This is another broken camera that I just happen to have that kind of works, but kind of doesn't, so bear with me. But we have a new camera coming tomorrow. Well, we have actually a bunch of new cameras coming tomorrow, but anyway, these people, they have these animal horns on their head. And those animal horns represent their like baser instincts. And so it represents like root chakra energy. Sometimes I feel with the Devil that we might be like sitting on a creative idea. We just need to bring it up to our head and express it out into the world. And that's kind of like what I feel for you here. Like I feel that you might have some new creative ideas, or you might have some like new plans for things that you want to work on or create in your life. And I feel like the Devil is saying, create it, do it, see what happens, right? With the Five of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is kind of like out with the old, in with the new. I feel like there's like new sparks of hope and inspiration coming in for you. Well, I don't remember what I just said over here about like this new beginning, like something you thought you lost or something. It's like there's like clearly a spark of hope coming in for you. I mean, the Star is a card of hope, faith, and renewal. I always look at the Ace of Wands as a spark of hope or a spark of inspiration. So something could really be exciting you here as well. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be a love coming in for you here. I feel like you could be attracting like a little bit of a wild child or like a rebel or something here. That Page of Cups with the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, like sometimes I think people look at it as inconsistent energy, which definitely can be true. And I would never encourage you to be with a inconsistent person. But I don't think this person's inconsistent. I think this person is more, maybe they're like very adventurous and sorry I have something in my eye. Or maybe they're more, they kind of like do their own thing, but definitely could be an admirer coming in for you, or you have a secret admirer or something. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this mutable moon. It says nothing is yet set in stone. You have a super moon. It says emotions are running high. So I would like just understand there is something here in this reading about just needing to understand that emotions are running high. It's just that simple, right? Like if you feel like you're getting like overly excited about something, just understand that, you can bring it back down because it's probably just, weird energy or whatever. And I wouldn't worry too much about it. I would also make sure, it's coming up in the good stuff. So I do feel like you are, but I would make sure that you are solidifying things here on Earth with this energy as well. You have the Nine of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. So I do feel that there could be some sort of wish or a dream coming true for you here with the Nine of Cups. I also see you kind of like being more, I feel like you're more in alignment with the Nine of Cups, which with the Nine of Cups, we have to be an energetic match to what we are attracting. So I feel like you are kind of like just a better energetic match to what you're attracting here. You have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. Again, if you want love, you could be really attracting something that's very equal or where there is equal give and take. I also feel like you are planting seeds in the right direction here. So if you're like working on anything in your life, I feel you're creating success. You have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands says don't give up. So Nine of Wands is a card of needing to make sure that you keep keep pushing forward. It's also the card of the Wounded Warrior, but, it basically says you need to, keep pushing forward. It's also my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I love this card for experimentation or trying new things in life, which I feel you should be doing as well. But let's see. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Lovers. I definitely feel there could be love coming in for you, and this could be a new beginning in love as well. Going this way, I feel this will be a celebration, very like happy, childlike connection as well. So, again, this could be like a really solid connection. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands here. Yes, I knew it. You have the King and Queen of Wands. King and Queen of Wands are divine counterparts. Could be another fire sign. Doesn't have to be. I mean, you have everything here. Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, water sign. Could be any sign. General reading, right? But I feel that definitely a very passionate connection coming in for you. And with the Nine of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. There you go. Could be an earth sign as well. King of Pentacles is a really good card for love. I love it for love because to me, the King of Pentacles is a person who really wants things to work, like who really wants to put in the work, who really wants something like permanent. So it could be a really permanent connection coming in for you. I also feel like your finances are improving, but like I said, I feel like you need to grab onto like some sort of new beginning or new opportunity to expand your finances. You have this crib card. It says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. So there you go. Could be a new beginning coming in for you, just like I just said. You have this diamond card. It says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. I think the universe is gifting you here. Like to me, this whole entire reading is saying the universe is blessing you, or there are blessings coming in from the universe. You have this V card. It says victory in some endeavor. We do see like a lot of winning energy going on here in this reading, especially with the Four Wands. The Four Wands can be marriage, but as I always say, this right here is it's like a finish line. Sorry, I have to hold it like right here. That's the only place that it works. But right here, this is like a finish line. And you have to cross through this portal. Four Wands, it's like, yeah, sure, it's a card of marriage, but really it's a card of completion. It really represents ending one thing and stepping on to the, into the next thing. So it really is a card of completion or wrapping up a cycle, finishing a cycle and stepping into the next one. So, I feel like that's where the victory is coming from. You have this turkey card. It says someone is behaving stupidly. I would definitely be careful of any people right now, especially with the emotions are running high card. It's like there could be people who are getting emotional about things, and you got to be careful so that you don't get swept up into their ridiculous emotions and then, cause more problems. So I would definitely be careful of that with this energy, or anyone who's acting like a turkey, right? You have this Axe card, says forces are working against you. I feel like you feel this way, like there are things that you always try to get ahead, and then like something happens, and then maybe you think like you're cursed or something. I obviously don't think that's true. I think that maybe you feel that way, but it's not true. So I would just focus on what you can control. Really, the only thing I would focus on here is that new beginning card. It looks really good. So there's definitely like a positive new beginning coming in for you. But this looks amazing. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.